First love. But you said you can talk. Why are you sending me emojis? You said you can talk, nigga.
I don't have
Yeah,
any.
yeah. Talk.
Please, I
Okay,
don't have any question at the moment.
okay, klar. So, Enra, we worked on Wenn. Okay, the usage of Wenn. I mean, okay. So, we move here. You see, how to like double taxing. So, Wenn, and we said when is equal to if or when, okay? And the usage is different from when as in asking of time, which is the W question, Wann, which is when, okay? This when is used to ask after time. So it could be day, time, okay, like as in time, you want to know like when, okay, maybe like when do you go to the supermarket, okay? Van, okay, we use the van, okay, to ask at the time. Then then is for like giving conditional sentence or conditional sentences, or like just basically using when but not asking after time. For example, when I go home, I will eat. Okay, when I go home, I will eat. Okay, so first in this sentence, we are talking about, we use when. The when will be used in this sentence to talk about indicative. Okay, so you are like, although it's a conditional sentence, but you are saying that you are sure that if you get home, you will eat. Okay, so when is who will complete it?
Wenn ich nach Hause gehe, esse ich oder werde ich essen.
When is nach Hause gehe, esse ich. Okay.
Okay.
Esse ich. Okay. Yeah. So I'm sure. But we can also use the when, like we used it in the conjugative to try to express unreal situations. Okay. So now you are at work, but you're like, you wish you were home. You will have eaten. Okay. So like if oh sorry, like he asked, to if I would be home, I will eat. Like if I were home, I would eat. Ja, sehr klar. So wenn ich zu Hause wäre, okay, not a big room. Keyboard article. My God. Wäre, würde ich essen. Ja, klar. Okay. Yeah, and you can also use it to describe the conjunctive in the past. Okay, so wenn ich zu Hause gewesen wäre, hätte ich gegessen. In the past tense, if I had been home, I would have eaten. Okay, in the past, the conjunctive past. Wenn ich zu Hause gewesen wäre, hätte ich gegessen. Klar? Okay, so that's the conjunctive. Yeah, the conjunctive in the past. Okay, then this is the second sentence is the conjunctive, the present or future. This in the past, and normally when you are sure is the indicative sentence. Indicative is when you are just saying something that is definitely to happen because you are sure of what you are talking about. Then we use the conjunctive is when you are not sure, but you wish something what could be or something in the past would have changed. Okay, yeah, so this is how we use the Wenn, but we only use this Wann to ask after time. Wann comes to, when are you coming? So it could be vormittag, submittag, nachmittag. Okay, wann kommst du? Wann musst du arbeiten? When do you have to work? It still means when, but then this wann is W question and you use to ask after what, when something is taking place. Okay, but if you're not asking after time, no, if you're not asking after that verbial place of time, then we use when. Any sentence that comes in your mind that you have to use when in English and it's not asking after time, then we use when. And when is like, yeah, builds the neighboring sentence. Like we used when in subordinate clauses, and when you use when in subordinate clause, the verb is shifted to what, the end of the sentence. Okay, and yeah, so when you start the sentence with when, the conditional sentences. Yesterday, Risla, you were around, but I I said something new, like not new, but then that will help you guys to like remember the structure of the sentences. So when you start the sentence with the neighboring Sats, okay? Yeah, Ritla, are you there?
I'm here.
Yeah. So like read the sentence, the one I've highlighted.
Wenn ich zu Hause gewesen wäre, hätte ich gegessen.
Ja, klar. So, wenn ich zu Hause gewesen wäre, hätte ich gegessen. Okay, so this is the Nebensatz, yeah? The subordinate clause, and this is what the main clause. Okay, so but then schau mal here, you see the verbs are kiezen. So in German, we call it the like verb kiezen or so. Yeah, so the verbs, when you start a sentence with neighboring clause or subordinate clause, the verb with the main clause, you start the sentence with the verb. Okay, so we say that like both verbs has to keys. Okay, they have to keys. Yeah, both verbs they keys each other. So always remember that when you start sentence with neighboring clause, egal, not even with when. If you start sentence with obwohl, like any connector that pushes the verb to the end of the sentence, remember that your main clause, you have to start the sentence with the what verb. Okay, unless you start the sentence with the main clause, that's when you stick to what your normal subject first, your verb will follow, then others will follow. So if you start the sentence with the main clause, the structure will change. It will be what? Ich hätte gegessen, wenn ich zu Hause wäre. Okay, but then when you start with the sentence with the neighboring Satz, then wenn ich zu Hause gewesen wäre, then with your main clause, you have to start the sentence with what? The verb, then the subject will follow, then the others. Now, yeah. Okay, so if we completed this exercise yesterday, yeah. So this is a new exercise. Yeah, the disadvantage is that I can't annotate, so I can't, let me see. It's stressful, but I'll try. Okay, yeah. So I think we are 3 here, so each and everyone will answer. Well, yeah. So who would like to read?
Was passt? Ergänzen Sie, hören Sie dann noch einmal und vergleichen Sie. In die Alpen, in den Norden, in die Schweiz, ans Mittelmeer.
Okay, so in the Alpen, okay, in the Norden. Yeah, in the Northern. That's what I hate to see. In the Norden, in the Schweiz und ans Mittelmeer. Middle of the sea, all of us, yeah. Okay, so you've already learned this Wohin. Okay, Wohin is accusative and wo is dative. Okay, wo answers the question, dative. Okay, so when you are actively saying you are moving towards a place, then it's accusative. Then when you're already at a place, then it's what? Dative. Okay, yeah, so the same thing. It's movement towards the Alps. Okay, so the Alpen in the Norden, because it's der Norden, der Süden, der Osten, der Osten und der Westen. Yeah. So who likes to so es geht do du musst nach Berlin und dann nach Dänemark. Hier ist Berlin. Then Denmark is open, oder? Yeah, Denmark is here. So I think we are talking about the North Sea. So es geht in den Norden, ich glaube. Ja, meine Meinung nach. Because Denmark is here. Yeah, north of Germany. So this is the map of Germany. Germany. Okay, the map of Germany. Okay, like here. This is Austria, the country Austria. Here is Switzerland. Then here, I think Frankreich. Yeah, Frankreich. Then Netherlands. Yeah, Germany borders, I think, with 9 countries or so. You know, so like geography, only geography there. If it has about then, yeah. The map of Germany. Yeah, class. So here is es geht in the Norden. Du musst nach Berlin und dann Denmark. Okay, you have to go towards Berlin, then durch Hamburg, then you'll be in Denmark. Okay. Okay, dann fahre ich über Nürnberg. Ich hoffe, es gibt keine Staus. Ja, Stau ist Verkehr. Stau, der Stau. The stau itself is like the traffic, okay, just like if the verkehr, yeah, but the stau means like traffic or traffic. The stau is masculine, so plural is the staus. So he said, okay, dann fahre ich über Nürnberg. Where is Nürnberg? Here is Nürnberg. Okay, from Nürnberg to Berlin, then nach Hamburg, then Denmark. Yeah. Like there was, I think you just have to. You're traveling to you want to move to Germany, so at least you should know the map or the neighboring countries. Okay, so north is der Norden, Süd is der Süden, South is the Süden, then der Ost masculine, der Osten, and West is der Westen. Yeah, club. So I'm going to, there's an audio. Sorry. So I'm going to play the audio. Okay, yeah. Then understand. Clear? Are you guys there?
Yeah.
Okay. Can you hear? Can you hear the audio?
No.
Hey, we haven't started.
Oh, I was here.
Mm.
Yes.
No.
Still no. Still no.
No.
Oh, God. This time. So annoying, you know. Yes, this is fake.
No.
I honestly don't know how to fix this. I think, let me see. I think I've seen it. So let's see if you guys will be able to hear it this time. Only yet, still nothing.
Yeah.
Still nothing, right? Oh God. Annoying, annoying. Let me disconnect the speakers. Okay, so check.
C, 2, B und C. 1. Es geht in den Norden, Anita. Du musst nach Berlin.
Okay, dann fahre ich über Nürnberg.
C, 2, B und C. 1. Es geht in den Norden, Anita. Du musst nach Berlin und dann nach Dänemark.
Okay, dann fahre ich über Nürnberg. Ich hoffe, es gibt keine Staus.
2. Du musst zuerst in die Alpen und dann von Innsbruck weiter ans Mittelmeer, nach Italien.
In den Alpen schneit es seit gestern. Hoffentlich gibt es keine Probleme auf der Autobahn.
3. Du musst morgen nach Bern.
In die Schweiz? Das passt gut. Da bin ich am Abend zurück.
C, 2, B und C. 1. Es geht in den Norden, Anita. Du musst nach Berlin und dann nach Dänemark.
Okay, dann fahre ich über Nürnberg. Ich hoffe, es gibt keine Staus.
2. Du musst zuerst in die Alpen und dann von Innsbruck weiter ans Mittelmeer, nach Italien.
In den Alpen schneit es seit gestern. Hoffentlich gibt es keine Probleme auf der Autobahn.
3. Du musst morgen nach Bern.
In die Schweiz? Das passt gut. Da bin ich am Abend zurück.
Okay, klar, so what's the answer here? Es geht was?
In den Norden.
Ja. Es geht in den Norden. Complete the sentence.
Es geht in den Norden. Du musst nach Berlin und dann nach Dänemark.
Ja, richtig. Nummer 2, ja, dann Dänemark, dann. Okay, dann fahre ich über Nürnberg. Ich hoffe, es gibt keine Staus. Ja. Next. Nummer 2.
Du musst in die Alpen und dann von Innsbruck weiter nach Italien. In den Alpen schneit es seit gestern. Hoffentlich gibt es keine Probleme auf der Autobahn.
So hopefully there's no problem on the Autobahn is the motorway. Okay, so it's the Autobahn. So dative here. Got wo. Hopefully there isn't any problem. Hopefully. Hopefully. There isn't any problem. Then Nummer 3.
Du musst morgen nach Wenn in die Schweiz. Das passt gut. Da bin ich am Abend zurück.
Yeah, so here is Ben. Ben is here in the Schweiz. Here is the Schweiz. Okay, Ben. And the capital is Zurich. Yeah. Capital of Switzerland is Zurich, oder? Yeah. And here is Österreich. We have Wien, Graz, Innsbruck, Salzburg. Yeah. Okay. Gibt es eine Frage hier? Any question?
No.
Okay, so more exercises. So we are to move through these countries, okay? Use our accusative because we're heading towards places, okay? So here, Partnerarbeit, beide Partner zeichnen Indikator, 3 Stauschilder. Okay, this is traffic sign, okay? Sign. The shield is the sign. The shield is the Indikator, 3 Stauschilder. Road signs ergänzen Sie und sprechen Sie wie im Beispiel. So jetzt, Sie sind in München. Sie möchten in den Süden oder in den Norden. How will you read that? You are here in München. Okay. You are here in München und Sie möchten in den Süden oder in den Norden. How will you get there?
I understand what you're saying.
Then here. You are in München, okay, like just roughly, you are in München and you want to go to Hamburg. How will you describe your routes?
Okay, du machst zuerst nach Nürnberg, dann nach Berlin, ja, nach Hamburg.
Yeah. Und ja, das ist richtig, okay. So, du bist jetzt in Graz und möchtest nach Brüssel fahren. Wir fährst du nach Brüssel von Graz?
Du musst nach
No must, es musst. No must, musst.
du musst
Ulrich.
du musst nach Salzburg, nach dann nach München, dann nach Frankfurt, dann nach Köln und ja nach Brüssel.
Dann bist du in Brüssel. Like, just yeah. So accusative. So you are going to Switzerland. Switzerland is one of the countries with article. Ghana has no article. Ghana is Ghana. So if I'm going to Ghana, it's what Ikehe or it's Fare nak Ghana or it's Flige nak Ghana. Okay. Yeah. But Switzerland is one of the countries with article. Okay, so it's feminine. Switzerland is die Schweiz. Okay, so I want to say ich gehe, I am going in Switzerland will be what? You have to use in. Okay, so ich gehe was?
In the
Schweiz.
Yeah, ich gehe in the Schweiz. Okay. And I told you that anything that involves say, there's a strand, we use an, preposition an, because in German, like when you say in English, say English when you're going to the beach, you say yeah, I'm going to the beach. Okay, you use to. Yeah, but in German we say I'm going next to the beach. There are houses next to the beach. You don't say there are houses in the beach, because if you say the houses are in the beach, it means the houses are inside what? The beach. Okay, so German we use an, preposition an. Okay, anything that concerns water, okay, use an. Unless you're saying maybe you are on the sea, then maybe auf dem See. That is anders, okay? Okay, on the river auf, okay. But this one we are not talking about, we are saying we are going to the sea. Okay. In German, we don't say to the sea, we use an. We don't say nach, we use an. Okay. Anything with water, we use an. Okay, so here is der See. See, I hate this. Plural is the See. Okay, singular is der See. Okay, yeah, so you are going to the Zurich, the Zurich See. So how will you say it?
Please, the question again.
No, so here, I think it's already answered. So, and the Zurich See. So it's accusative because I'm going towards the sea. Okay, Zurich See. Okay, so it's fare and then Zurich See. Klar. Accusative is der See, so we have den See. Okay, yeah. And then you're saying you're going into the Alps. Like you're traveling to the Alps. Alps are like I explained to you, Alps near the ships is a ship drawn by the mountains, like with the snow on top. And so the Alps, Switzerland is bounded by many Alps. Okay. Yeah. So if you say, I'm going in the Alps. Okay, so it's the Alp. Okay, but the plural is the Alpen. No.
Ich gehe in the Alpen.
In the Alpen, yeah, in the Alpen, not in them, because it's accusative. Okay, ich gehe in the Alpen. Okay, when you want to say you are in the Alps, you're already there. Then what? Ich bin in den Alpen. Okay, but then if you're talking about movement, you want to say you are at the Zurich Sea. Okay, you are at the sea in Zurich. Ich bin am Zurich See. Okay, Zurich See. But then towards is what? Ich gehe an den Zürich oder ich fahre an den. So here to accusative is going towards the Alps. You are not there, so you are traveling from Hamburg to the Zurich Alp will be what to the Alps will be what ich fahre in die Alpen. Okay, plural. The Alpen. Singular is the Alpen. You know. Then that's Meer. If you want to say you are driving to Mittelmeer, I think it's a part of geography, it's a part of the sea. I don't know, probably. And then let me see. Mittelmeer. Mediterranean Sea. Well, sure. Yeah. So Mittelmeer is the Mediterranean Sea. Okay, so you are driving towards, or you are towards the Mediterranean Sea. The German is das Mittelmeer, the Middle Sea. Okay, so ich fahre ans Meer. So with Mittelmeer, ich fahre ans Mittelmeer. Klar? When you say you are already there, you are there, then ich bin am Mittelmeer. Okay, you want to say ich bin im Mittelmeer. When you say ich bin im Mittelmeer, you are saying you are inside the sea. Okay, but you are not inside the sea. You are German, that's why we use the an. I am next to the sea. Klar? Okay. Dann der Atlantic. Okay, Atlantic is masculine. Der Atlantic. Atlantic has so if you say you are going to the Atlantic, it will be what?
Ich gehe an den Atlantik.
Yeah, ich gehe an den Atlantik. An den, super. Okay, an den Atlantic. And then Atlantic. Okay, then you want to say you are at the Atlantic will be?
Ich bin am Atlantik oder an dem Atlantik.
There you go. It's been am oder an dem. Klar. Dann next one, der Rhein. Der Rhine is, I think, is the longest river in the whole of Europe. It starts from a short river through Germany, through here, through this part, through. So me, I always see the Rhine because it's like it's between Frankreich and German. Like yeah, it's from the it flows from upper. I don't know where it comes from. And through here, through the entire German. So I always see the Rhine. Okay, so I always say ich bin am Rhein. Okay, ich bin am Rhein. I can say I am what? I'm next to the. It's a river though. Okay, the Rhine is a river, but the name is Rhine. Okay, river is der Fluss, but then the name of this river is der Rhine. Okay, so ich gehe an den Rhein. If I want to say I'm moving, I want to see the sea, like sorry, the river Rhine. Then ich gehe an den Rhein oder ich fahre an den Rhein. But when I'm already there, then ich bin am Rhein. Okay, klar. Then Nummer 7.
Ich gehe an die Nordsee.
Yeah. So singular is der See and plural is the See. Because when you go to the North Sea, it's a combination of plenty seas, okay? Plenty seas have come together to form the North Sea, and plenty seas come together to form what? The Aseo Sea, South Sea. It has, I think it also has a name. So Ostsee is also eastern parts of German. Okay. So North Sea is here, Ostsee. Yeah. Ostsee is Eastern Sea. Okay, North Sea. So if I'm going there, it's fahre an die Nordsee. Okay, yeah. So when you're ready, there will be.
Ich bin Anden, not say.
Not say.
Ande, not say.
Not same. And the not same.
Plural,
Plural
yeah.
dative.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the not same. Then Netherlands. Okay. Netherlands is plural. It's feminine, sorry.
Is in the Netherlands.
Not say is singular, sorry. Not say is the not say a singular feminine. Although it's combination of many C's by a singular. It's feminine, did not say. So it's fare and did not say, or ich bin an dir not say. So correct that. So Netherlands is feminine. Plural. Nederlander is plural. Netherlands, okay, is plural. Okay. Netherlands is plural. So it's here in the Nederlanden. Netherlands is here. Capital is Brussels. Yeah. Hold up, yeah. Netherlands is here. Capital is Brussels. So it's here in the Nederlanden. Okay, Netherlands has an article which is the Nederlanden. Okay, so it's here in the Nederlanden, or ich bin in der Niederlande. Klar? Okay. So you can just add these shots. So ich muss in the Nord say and ich muss in the Northern and the North say. So I have to, so like this were the sentence that this type of sentence we're talking about. So normally it will be ich muss in the North say and the North say fahren or the gehen or the like, yeah. But in German, the muss means I have to, okay. So they don't normally add the other verb because they assume that the muss means I have to. So like I have to be in, okay, even with be, there's no sign, okay. But then, for example, like I am able to speak German. Instead of saying ich kann Deutsch sprechen, they'll say ich kann Deutsch. I am able to German, which doesn't make sense. But I'm saying that always bring yours, okay, add your other verb. Ich muss in the northern, I have to go to the north, okay, at or next to the North Sea. Okay, yeah, so fahren, add your fahren or gehen or the fliegen or the medium of, yeah, klar. They won't add it, okay. But when you get here, then you can also learn how to use it and just ignore it.
Huh?
Mr. Kofi, you said? Mr. Kofi, you said?
Yeah, I'll be sorry.
Yeah, klar. Yeah, that's it. Okay, so ich muss in the Norden and the Nordsee fahren. Vorsicht, the other part of Vorsicht. Bei Nürnberg ist ein Stau. Okay. Nürnberg, there is traffic. Also in Nürnberg ist ein Stau. Das ist auch richtig. Okay. In Nürnberg ist ein Stau. Oder in Nürnberg gibt es ein Stau. Okay. Gibt es einen Stau? Ja. Maskulin. Es gibt einen Stau in Nürnberg. Das ist auch richtig. Dann fahr lieber, Imperative für fahren. Fahr lieber über Frankfurt. Okay. Ich möchte in den Süden ans Zürich, maybe Zürich, maybe aus, yeah, whichever river you're talking about. Great, there you go. Any question? The geography. I think this chapter 12, the geography, because we learned about like this lightning, thunder, oh Jesus. Wow, more geography stuff. Okay, so better recording in the weather records, okay, or archives. So hören Sie das Interview mit einer Wetterexpertin über Wetter recorded. Wo hat man was gemessen? Messen means to measure. Okay. Messen means to measure. And then the past is gemessen, just like essen, gegessen, fressen, gefressen, lesen, gelesen. Okay. Yeah, klar. So, kreuzen Sie an. Can you read? Let's go.
A minute, I'm coming, please. I'm doing handing back.
Yeah, klar. Karen, let's go.
Weitere Chorde. Wo hat man gemessen? Was hat man gemessen? Labrevine, Grono, Bodensee, Sonnenblick.
Yeah, the Golden Sea. I think the South Sea. The Golden Sea is the South also. Like there's a sea in the South, the North Sea, the Golden Sea. Yeah. You see in the South, yeah. So wo hat man gemessen? Where did one measure? Und was hat man gemessen? What did one measure at that place? So Temperatur, Regen, Schnee, temperature. So you listen to the reports from the better Experten. Okay, so if the person mentions La Brevine in Switzerland, CH is Switzerland, CH is Switzerland, D is Deutschland, then CH is Switzerland, R is Austria. Okay, yeah. So these three countries they speak German, so they normally share data. Okay. All right. So wieder, ich muss.
C3, A und B. Sie sind Expertin für Wetterextreme. Können Sie uns etwas über das Wetter in Deutschland, in Österreich und in der Schweiz sagen?
Das Wetter in diesen Ländern ist nicht wirklich extrem. Im Sommer liegen die Temperaturen im Durchschnitt bei 22 Grad, im Winter bei -2 Grad. Im Sommer ist es also angenehm warm, im Winter nicht zu kalt.
Aber es gibt Regionen, wo man doch immer wieder Temperaturrekorde misst.
Das stimmt. In bestimmten Regionen gibt es ein besonderes Klima. Zum Beispiel in den Alpen. Am kältesten ist es in dem Dorf Labrevine in der Ostschweiz. Vor einigen Jahren hat man dort -42 Grad gemessen. Das war natürlich ein Temperaturrekord.
-42 Grad. Das ist wirklich sehr kalt. Und wo ist es am wärmsten?
Auch in der Schweiz. In dem Dorf Grono in der Südschweiz hat man im Sommer einmal 41,5 Grad gemessen. Auch das war ein Rekord.
Und wie sieht es mit den Niederschlägen aus? Wo regnet oder schneit es am meisten?
Die Niederschläge kommen meist vom Atlantik. Von dort kommt der Regen im Sommer und von dort kommt auch meist der Schnee im Winter. Den Regenrekord hält der Bodensee. Dort hat man in einem Monat 777 Liter Regen pro Quadratmeter gemessen. Das war so viel wie der gesamte Regen in Deutschland in einem Jahr.
Den meisten Schnee gibt es wohl in den Alpen.
Ja, das stimmt. Sehr, sehr viel Schnee gab es vor einigen Jahrzehnten am Hohen Sonnenblick. Das ist ein Berg in Österreich. Da hat man damals 11,9 Meter gemessen.
Fast 12 Meter. Da waren die Skifahrer sicher glücklich.
Ja, das glaube ich auch.
Play one more time. Yeah. I just want you to get used to the numbers. Okay, at least listen to the numbers. Okay. Yeah.
C3, A und B. Sie sind Expertin für Wetterextreme. Können Sie uns etwas über das Wetter in Deutschland, in Österreich und in der Schweiz sagen?
Das Wetter in diesen Ländern ist nicht wirklich extrem. Im Sommer liegen die Temperaturen im Durchschnitt bei 22 Grad, im Winter bei -2 Grad. Im Sommer ist es also angenehm warm, im Winter nicht zu kalt.
Aber es gibt Regionen, wo man doch immer wieder Temperaturrekorde misst.
Das stimmt. In bestimmten Regionen gibt es ein besonderes Klima. Zum Beispiel in den Alpen. Am kältesten ist es in dem Dorf Wien in der Ostschweiz. Vor einigen Jahren hat man dort -42 Grad gemessen. Das war natürlich ein Temperaturrekord.
-42 Grad. Das ist wirklich sehr kalt. Und wo ist es am wärmsten?
Auch in der Schweiz. In dem Dorf Gronow in der Südschweiz hat man im Sommer einmal 41,5 Grad gemessen. Auch das war ein Rekord.
Und wie sieht es mit den Niederschlägen aus? Wo regnet oder schneit es am meisten?
Die Niederschläge kommen meist vom Atlantik. Von dort kommt der Regen im Sommer und von dort kommt auch meist der Schnee im Winter. Den Regenrekord hält der Bodensee. Dort hat man in einem Monat 777 Liter Regen pro Quadratmeter gemessen. Das war so viel wie der gesamte Regen in Deutschland in einem Jahr.
Den meisten Schnee gibt es wohl in den Alpen.
Ja, das stimmt. Sehr, sehr viel Schnee gab es vor einigen Jahrzehnten am Hohen Sonnenblick. Das ist ein Berg in Österreich. Da hat man damals 11,9 Meter gemessen.
Fast 12 Meter. Da waren die Skifahrer sicher glücklich.
Ja, das glaube ich auch.
Ja, so. Was? Yeah, so what are your answers? Mhm. Yeah. So la brevine. What was recorded? Temperature. The temperature recorded, right? Can you do?
Yeah, temperature.
Okay, yeah, temperature on. Did they measure Regen oder Schnee? Is it about the rain or about snow? That's what Doc Schnee, yeah. They were talking about snow. Okay. And what was the temperature? Did you hear? Hello?
I don't know.
Okay.
I was confused though. I didn't know what you were supposed to.
Okay, so let's play it small.
C, 3, A und B. Sie sind Expertin für Wetterextreme. Können Sie uns
So you are an expert for like extreme weather conditions. So
etwas über das Wetter in Deutschland, in Österreich und in der Schweiz sagen?
Das Wetter in diesen Ländern ist nicht wirklich extrem. Im Sommer liegen die Temperaturen im Durchschnitt bei 22 Grad, im Winter bei -2 Grad.
Okay, so im Sommer the average is -22. Then in winter the coldest is what -2. You heard that right?
Yeah.
Yeah, klar.
Im Sommer ist es also angenehm warm, im Winter nicht zu kalt.
Aber es gibt Regionen, wo man doch immer wieder Temperaturrekorde misst.
Das stimmt. In bestimmten Regionen gibt es ein besonderes Klima. Zum Beispiel in den Alpen. Am kältesten ist es in dem Dorf Wien in der Ostschweiz. Vor einigen Jahren hat man dort minus 42 Grad gemessen.
minus was? Ja,
Dort minus 42 Grad gemessen.
minus 42. Huh? Did I hear that's minus 42?
I think I want why was advantage.
Ah, okay, let's go.
Dort minus 42 Grad gemessen.
42. Okay, so the coldest temperature measured in La Brevinaire is minus 42. Minus 42, ja, klar.
Mhm.
Minus 42, ja.
Das war natürlich ein Temperaturrekord.
Minus 42 Grad. Das ist wirklich sehr kalt. Und wo ist es am wärmsten?
Auch in der Schweiz. In dem Dorf Gronow in der Südschweiz hat man im Sommer einmal 41,5 Grad gemessen. Auch das war ein Rekord.
You get it. Yep.
In der Südschweiz hat man im Sommer einmal 41,5 Grad gemessen.
Ein und was?
40.
Ein,
Im Sommer einmal 41,5 Grad gemessen.
Is it 50 or 40? 50, yeah. Yeah, it's 50. Yeah, so 51 degrees. Das ist warm. Ja. Ich hasse das. 51, oder? Ja. Oder?
Yeah, 0.5.
das ist auch sehr
In der Südschweiz hat man im Sommer einmal 41,5 Grad gemessen. Auch das war ein Rekord.
Und wie sieht es
I think it's 40, ja. Egal.
mit den Niederschlägen aus? Wo regnet oder schneit es am meisten?
Ja.
Die Niederschläge kommen meist vom Atlantik. Von dort kommt der Regen im Sommer und von dort kommt auch meist der Schnee im Winter. Den Regenrekord hält der Bodensee. Dort hat man in einem Monat 777 Liter Regen pro Quadratmeter gemessen. Das war so viel wie der gesamte Regen in Deutschland in einem Jahr.
Den meisten Schnee gibt es wohl in den Alpen.
Ja, das stimmt. Sehr, sehr viel Schnee gab es vor einigen Jahrzehnten am Hohen Sonnenblick. Das ist ein Berg in Österreich. Da hat man damals 11,9 Meter gemessen.
Fast 12 Meter. Da waren die Skifahrer sicher glücklich.
Ja, das glaube ich auch.
Yeah. You need geography to move on. Okay, but then we're talking about weather conditions and the coldest and the warmest and the amount I think the amount of rain they received, like in Bodensee, in Zonblik, klar. Yeah. So messen, here is messen. Okay, messen means to measure. Okay. So I say when I'm checking vital signs, ich messe die Vitalteilchen. Okay. Yeah. Vital signs. Messen means I'm measuring. Okay. So messen is just like essen. So the past tense, if essen, the past tense of essen is gegessen, messen is einfach just gemessen. Okay. gemessen. Lesen is gelesen. Okay, with the SS, we just remain like they remain in the present participle, just ge before them. Yeah, gelesen, but gegessen is just specific with double gigi, but then the rest gemessen. Yeah. So, klar. Yeah, so just like ich messe, du mist, okay, because it's du ist. Ich esse, du isst, okay, just with your M, so just like this. Any question? Okay, then measuring size and other so the grosse is the size. The grosse, write it down. The grosse is the size. The grosse is the size. The Höhe is the height. Okay, it's measured in meter. Grosse size can be measured in centimeter, meter, or like but Höhe is also in meter. Is also in meters. But all meter is the meter. It's masculine. The centimeter, the meter, the quadrometer, the milliliter, and the liter. But the noun itself is the grosse, the size, the height, the Höhe, then Fläche, the area, surface. Yeah, I think it's either the surface or the area, the Fläche. I think the area, yeah, area and surface, it means area and surface, but then talking about quadrometer, as in this measurement in the quadrometer, you're talking about the meter square, so like the surface area. Yeah, closer the surface, but also the area. Yeah. Then menge is the amount. The menge is the amount. The menge is the amount. The menge. Okay. Yeah. Klar. So, wie ist jetzt das Wetter in Ghana?
In Ghana ist es sehr kalt. Aber
Sehr
die
kalt.
Ja, aber die Sonne scheint meistens, ja,
Sehr kalt.
ja,
Fast.
kalt.
Es ist jetzt 30 Grad in Kumasi. 30 Grad. Gerade Grad. Es ist 30 Grad. Wie ist das kalt? Hier in Deutschland ist es 7 Grad. 7 Grad. Und du sagst, dass 30 kalt ist. 30. Aber ja, egal. Ja, das ist gut, ja. So, wie ist das Wetter im Norden? Wie ist das Wetter im Süden? Wie ist das Wetter im Osten und im Westen? Ja, im Osten ist es immer kalt, ja. Im Norden auch immer kalt. Okay, ja. Im Westen, ne, ein bisschen wärmer als Osten. Osten ist auch ein bisschen kalt. Dann wo ist es am kältesten oder am wärmesten? So am kältesten war was? La Brevene in die Alpen, ja. In den Switzerland, ja. In die Schweiz Alpen, ja. Das ist der kälteste. Minus 42 Grad. Wahnsinnig. Okay. Dann wärmeste war Gruno, ja. Wärmeste 51. Das ist krass, da wir melten. Dann wo gibt es am meisten Regen oder Schnee? So mehr Regen in Bodensee. Okay. Mehr Regen im Bodensee, dann Schnee in Sonnenblick. Die meisten Schnee gibt es in Sonnenblick. Ja, mehr Regen in Bodensee. Klar? Yeah, so that's a setup for you. Weather in German. Any question? Okay, so we're going to conclude the chapter, the grammatic aspect. what was learned in this chapter. So we learned about verbs. Okay, so the first that we learned in this chapter was a couple were regular verbs, irregular verbs, and mixed verbs. Okay, yeah. So mixed verbs are the type of verbs that's like regular verbs are both regular in what presence in what and also preteritory. Irregular verbs, unregelmäßig, they are irregular in presence, like yeah, they are regular in presence and but then they can be irregular in preteritory. But the mesh verben, some are regular in the presence, but then irregular in preteritory. But egal, I thought it's like in Chinese, I just learn the verbs by heart. Okay, so couple of verbs were glauben. Glauben is regular, right? Glauben is regular. So ich glaube, du glaubst, ihr sie es glaubt, glauben, glaubt, glaubt. And the preteritum is just formed by the using the normal rule. Okay, take away the en from the verb. Take away the en from the verb. Okay, take away the en, then you add your what? Te to the end. Okay, to form the preteritum for regular verbs. Okay, yeah. Done. Yeah, so past tense for is what's past tense for glauben is glaubten. Okay, it's just like marken is what's markte. Okay, so regular verbs just remove your en then add your te to form the preteritum. Okay, then an irregular verb is kommen. It's regular, but then it's irregular in the preteritum. Okay, because if you were to stick by the normal rule, we are supposed to take away what the en from kommen, the present tense, and add our te to talk about the preteritum. But then it's irregular, so you have to just learn it by heart. It's not komte. I am coming is ich komme, but I came is not ich kommte, but then it's irregular, and it's what ich kam. Okay, ich kam means I came. Then mich verben. Example is bringen. Okay, bringen, ich bringe is regular in the present tense, but it's irregular in the preteritum. Okay, so we have to learn it by heart. Forget the irregular mich verben or what's regular verbs. Just remember that when you are learning any new verb, okay, when you're learning any new verb, you just like learn the preteritum and the present perfect alongside. Okay, yeah, and just use them in examples. At least use them in 1 or 2 examples. That will help you to remember whenever you want to use them in sentences. You can easily refer to them, like refer to those sentences. Klar? Yeah. So bringen, I bring is ich bringe, but the past tense is what ich brachte. Then the present perfect is what ich habe gebracht. Okay. Yeah. So just learn all the 3 tenses together, like the 3 tenses for each verb, so you wouldn't be caught lacking. Okay. Be able to form those sentences by heart. Then nomen on adjective. Okay. Yeah. Nominalisierung means forming nouns from verbs. Okay, so I've told you before that you can turn every verb into noun, but then remember that when you turn it into noun, you have to write, because in German nouns are written like the first letter are written in capital in all, like in every part of the sentence. Okay, unlike English, that nouns are written only in the capital, like when they begin when they begin their sentences. Okay, but in German, whenever a noun is in a sentence, the first letter is written in what capital, so that we can acknowledge. We can easily acknowledge that they are what nouns. Okay, so all verbs can be turned into nouns. Okay. Yeah, but remember that when you turn them into nouns, you are no more talking about yeah, but it depends. It depends on the context. Yeah, but when you turn them into nouns, they are all das. All nouns are, when you turn verbs, the direct form of the verb into a noun is das, is neuter. Okay, so das Gehen, das Essen here is not necessarily the food, but it's still the food. Sleep. I want to explain something, but I think if I explain too much, you guys will get confused. So it depends on what you want to express, the context. Okay, yeah, context. But then Essen is formed from the noun of Essen. The food is formed from the verb. That's Essen. But it's not all like not all nouns are formed from verbs. Okay, some nouns have their specific verbs. Example is spielen. Okay, so you want to say the game is das Spiel, not das Spielen. Okay, so like some are very particular. You have to learn them by heart. Okay, because when you say das Spielen is no more referring to the game, but then the action of playing game, or like the activity. You are turning the activity rather into a noun. When can I say cry? So okay, say Essen. Okay, Essen is directly formed. Okay, Essen means to eat. The verb is to eat. Okay, so the noun is that's Essen. It's formed directly from the verb, and it means the food here. Okay, but because there are some verbs they have their nouns. Okay, you have to learn them by heart. And let's say if you are trying to form a sentence, then like let's say we are trying to form a sentence. I am buying a book. Ich kaufe ein Buch. Okay, then you are like, oh, the purchase of the book. Like maybe you want to use the purchase. You can't just say das kaufen. Okay, because the purchase itself has a noun, which is der Kauf. But when I say das kaufen, it's no more referring to the purchase, but then the activity, we are turning the activity of kaufen into a noun. So like when I say das kaufen, it means the activity, like the activity of like for example, maybe the buying, maybe I want to say that we went to maybe I call like shopping, okay? Then I told my friend that maybe I'll return in maybe like 2 minutes or half, but then my chair, then I want to tell my friend that like the buying of the items is taking long. That's when I say that's kaufen. Okay, that's kaufen. I can intend that's kaufen means the activity of buying the stuff that's taking long. But when I'm talking, when the direct noun, to form the direct noun, like that, it has its own noun when you want to say the purchase, which is der Kauf. So it depends on the contents, what you're talking about. So yes, in German, you can turn almost every verb into what noun and use the verb as das. But there are some of them that they have their specific nouns that you have to learn them by heart. Okay, so here the second verb is gehen. Gehen means to go. Okay, so I want to say the activity of going. Okay, like the going is das Gehen. It makes sense, it's acceptable. Okay, schlafen means to sleep. The verb when you say das schlafen, it means das schlafen, the activity of sleeping. We are turning the activity into a noun. Das schlafen, for example, like how can you make such a sentence in English? I want to say the sleeping is what? You can try such a sentence. The sleeping is what? English for like is in English. So I want to use that to explain something.
I don't know.
Yeah, but it's not very common, right? Yeah. So when I just want to say when you say that schlafen, you're talking about the activity of sleeping. Okay, that schlafen, you're talking about the activity of sleeping. But then if you want to say the sleep itself, it's der Schlaf. But do you understand what I'm trying to explain? Are you guys confused? Yeah, Samuel. Like for example, I want to say thank you for coming. Okay, thank you for coming. So danke für das Kommen. Germans will say that. So das Kommen here is the coming. We have turned the coming, the verb coming into what? Verb into a noun, which is das coming. So I thank you for coming. So the activity of coming, but then we've turned it das Kommen. So danke fürs Kommen or danke für das Kommen. Okay, so like sleeping, thank you for sleeping. We can't use that, but like let me say, like yeah, we don't normally use that in every context, but like I say, it depends on the context. If you want to say the sleep is so and so, maybe it's Yeah, yeah. It depends on the context, but I'm just saying that yes, in German you can form nouns from what verbs. Okay, you can form nouns from verbs, but I'm just saying that there are some nouns, there are some verbs, there are some verbs in German. They have their particular nouns. Okay, so you have to learn them by heart. Basically, they make them. I was always learn them by heart. You can't assume that. Well, everybody say, "Be the um I am organizing a party." Okay, organize. To organize in German is what? Organisieren. Okay, it's a Latin verb.
Organisieren.
Yeah, organisieren. No, but so like I said, the organization of the party is taking long. Okay, the organization here is the activity of organizing the party. So you can say that's organisieren their party is taking what's long. Okay, but then the person can say the organization is the Organisierung. The organization of the party is different from the like using the organ that's organisieren. So when you use the when you say that's organisieren, you're talking about, you're not saying the now as in the organization. Okay, but then you're saying the activity of organizing something. So that's organisieren is different from the Organisierung.
Okay.
It's like this sentence, this when you want to use the direct when let's say I'm helping my mother with cooking. Okay, so you said that's cooking means the activity of cooking. So it's helping my mother by cooking or by them cooking because it's that's cooking. So that's we change to them. So it makes sense. I'm helping my mother with activity of what cooking. So it's helping my mother by cooking. Okay, maybe I'm helping the man like with walking. Okay, like by like I'm helping the man by helping him walk with the activity of him walking. So it's helping the man by gehen. Okay, but when I say it's helping the man by eating, it meaning your mom you either say I'm talking about the activity of helping like feeding the man as by eating. Okay, by eating or like help or then as in I'm helping the man by food. So it depends on the context. Okay, if you're talking about if you want to turn the activity itself into noun, then you can use the das. Okay, but then just remember that there are some verbs in German, they have their own nouns. Okay, you have to learn them by heart. Okay, like not by heart, you just have to search about them. Okay, yeah. None of doesn't become them doesn't become you know, but like with time, I think so actually with nominalization in German, a B2 topic. Okay, so this I shouldn't even jump too deep into it. When you get to B2 level, you'll be taught how to form your own verbs. Okay, form your own verbs because there are some circumstances that you want to use some verbs, but then like you don't know, like you want to talk about some nouns, you don't know, then you can just turn the activity into nouns. But I'm just saying that remember that when you turn the activity into noun, by the activity is gehen, it's gehen. But you want to say the going now, it will be what that's gehen. But just be mindful that this when you say that's gehen, it doesn't necessarily mean the go, but then it means the activity of going. Okay, I know some we are conscious of, but it will be taught like explained further in B2. Yeah, the B2 class may more you form plenty examples. Okay, but then the book we're just saying that there are some verbs in German that you can just use them directly as nouns. Okay, but I'm just saying that's not all of them because some have their own nouns. I was all learning them by heart. Clear? Then adjective endings ing. Okay, so in English we form adjectives from whether nouns or verbs by adding y. Okay, sometimes we form adjectives by adding y, by adding ful, ful. Okay, by adding yeah. So in German we form nouns, we form adjectives from by adding ig, not always ig, sometimes lich, sometimes plenty, there are plenty out there. Okay. So like vistic, means it's important, like it's important. Wichtig, okay? So IG, important. Okay, when you say the wind is there, the wind is there, the wind. When you say it is windy in English, you just say windish. Okay, the sun is the zone. You want to say it is what? Shiny, it is what? Sunny is what? Zonish in German. The navel is fog. If you want to say it is foggy, it's what's neblish. Okay, yeah. But then for storm, we always say the storm is the storm. In German, we don't say it is stormish. We don't say it is stormish. No, we will just say it is storming, a stormed. Okay. In English, you can say it is rainy. Okay, rainy. But in German, you can't say it is rainy. You use it as a verb. Es regnet. Es regnet. Okay. We can say es ist regnisch. Ne. Okay. Yeah. Just like that. Yeah. Have to learn these. You have to we've covered them in this chapter. So, for example, it is there is tender. Okay, there is tender. Like it is tendering. Germans will say it is tendering. So we use the noun. We form verb from the noun from the verb. So which is blitzen. Okay, or donuts. Blitzen is lightning. Then donut. Donut. Let me go up there. I think we just. Is here. We learned them in this chapter, so it's not like I'm teaching anything new. I think it's here. Here, yeah. You can say then okay. So here, der Wind. Okay, der Wind. If you want to say it is windy, in German we say es ist windig. We don't say es ist windig. Okay. Yeah, so sunny is the zone. You say es ist sonnig. Okay, that is acceptable. Then the focus is the cloud. Okay, the focus is the cloud. Then storm. Storm is the storm. It doesn't because es gibt einen Sturm. There is a storm, or it is storming here. Es storms. Okay, we use the noun. We don't say es ist stürmisch to use it as an adjective. No, we say it is storming. Es stormed here. Okay, yeah, here to regnen. Regen is the rain. You want to say it is raining. Okay, we don't in English you can say it is rainy, means maybe there are droplets of rain from like not too serious, it's rainy, or maybe the clouds are like a bisa. But then in German we say es regnet. We don't say es regnish. We don't form the adjective like that. We use it as a verb form. So like these few you have to learn them by heart. Sonnish, neblish, windish is common. You can just use them as adjective. But then for regnet, storm, then blitzen, lightning. To use it as a verb, blitzen. Okay, so if there is lightning, you say es blitz. Okay, es blitz. If there is it's tendering, you say donan, es donuts. Okay, as donuts. Klar.
Clear.
Yeah. This part, I think chapter 12, and I get very interesting because talk about things are abstract things are abstract to us because if you're not actually a geography person, like you wouldn't love this chapter. Yeah. Okay, so then we are done with the chapter. Then here. So preposition, okay, prepositions. So we have plenty of prepositions in German, but we learned that if you want to talk about, we have accusative and dative prepositions, okay. But then when you're talking about towards a place, movement towards a place is accusative. Then movement, or like already at a place is what dative, okay. So then we talk about moving towards different like areas, whether in the country or like depending on the compass. So we have the Süden. The north is the northern. The Süden is the south. They are all masculine. Then the Osten und the Westen. Okay, yeah, the masculine. So you are going to the south. Okay, maybe you are in Braunhof, you want to say you are going to south. Maybe you are going to Accra, you want to say I'm going to the south. Ich gehe in den Süden. Okay, Yeah. Then also south, so we have the Bodensee. Their Boden is the floor. So Esroho Sea, is their North Sea. Then Aseho Sea, South Sea is their Bodensee. Okay. Yeah. But then when you are moving towards water bodies, I said we use the preposition and. So Ichkehe and then Bodensee, or the Ichkehe and then Nordsee. Klar? Yeah. The neutral nouns example is das Tal. Das Tal. Who knows das Tal? Das Tal. Das Tal means the valley. Okay. That's valley. If I want to say I'm going in the valley, is here in das Tal, or that you just combine in plus das to form what? Instal. Is here instal. Okay. Then water bodies is still an. So you are going to the sea. Das Meer is what? Ich gehe an das Meer, oder ich gehe ans Meer. Klar? Yeah. So when you say this road leads to the valley, this route or this road leads to the valley, we'll try to make that sentence. This road or this road leads to the valley. Lead in German means lead in German is lead. So lead is what?
Leading to something is shoot. So I don't know if it's the same.
Yeah, führen means to lead. Whether to lead someone or leading towards a place. Okay, so it's very common, because of this saying this word leads to. So führt to or führt in. Okay, so when to say in the valley, it leads inside the valley. So because der Weg, dieser Weg führt in Style. Dieser Weg führt in Style. Oder diese Richtung, this route, diese Richtung. Richtung means the direction of the route, okay, leads into the valley in Style. Klar? Then I'm going into the city. Ich fahre in die Stadt. Okay, ich fahre in die Stadt. Yeah. Then die Ostsee. Ich fahre an die Ostsee. See is both feminine and masculine. It doesn't make sense. But yeah, here. So ich gehe in die Berge, plural. Singular is der Berg, masculine. So I'm going into the mountains, is plural. Ich gehe in die Berge. Okay, but if I'm already in the mountains, ich bin in den Bergen, right? Ich bin in den Bergen, plural. Klar? Yeah, then we learned about durch. Durch is also useful, like Wohin. Okay, durch means true, and it's an accusative preposition. Durch. So I am going through the cities, was ich gehe durch die Stadt. I am going through the forest, is ich gehe durch den Wald. Okay, accusative. An accusative there changes to den, because it's the value change from der to den. So it's fahre or ich gehe or ich laufe durch den Wald. I'm running through the forest. Okay. The neutral, you can combine durch with what? Das to form durch. So you can either say I am going through the valley, but ich laufe durch das Tal, oder ich fahre durchs Tal. Just like in plus, that will form ins. Klar? Then plural is einfach durchdichtete, because it's what's accusative. Durch is an accusative preposition. Yeah. Then say you have to travel through Berlin if you want to. So you can use durch with stats. Okay. So you want to say the person is in Braunhofer. The person wants to travel to the south, Accra. You can say Du kannst durch Kumasi fahren. You can travel through Kumasi to get to Accra. So that is richtig. Okay? And also durch Deutschland. You can travel through Germany. You can travel through I know what time so okay, true. Yeah, what you want to say, Accra. Okay, es gibt auch hier something about talk about this. Geben, the past tense is gab. Okay, schreiben, the past tense is schrieb. Fahren, the past tense is fuhr. So I drove through the city. Ich fuhr durch die Stadt. Then the present perfect. Ich habe durch die Stadt gefahren. Klar. Then werden is wurde mit ohne Umlauts. So become is werden. Then to be became is wurde. Became. Okay, became. So I am turning 20 is what is faded about 20. I'm turning 20 soon. Or in fact is faded 20. I am turning. So when you say yesterday I turned 20, gestern wurde ich. Yesterday I got 20. Yesterday I turned, or yesterday I became what 20. Wurde or the umlaut. Umlaut is the conjugative form of what werden, which is would, but this one is became. Okay. Then wissen, to know. Wusste, I knew him. I knew the information. I knew it. I knew ich wusste, I knew the truth. What ich wusste die Wahrheit. Okay. I know the truth. Ich weiß, it's irregular in the present tense. Ich weiß, du weißt, yes, weiß. Wir wissen, yeah. Then the preteritum is wusste. So ich wusste, I knew the truth. Ich wusste die Wahrheit. Klar? Then erkennen. Or in fact, kennen. I had here the main verb. Here is just an inseparable prefix. The main verb is kennen. Kennen is what kannte. I knew him. What is kannte ihn. And the present perfect is gekannt. Okay, but here is inseparable prefix. So what I have known him. What it shall be in a can. I've recognized. Sorry, yeah, erkennen means to recognize. Yeah, I recognize. Yeah. Kennen. Erkannt. Ich habe Dodo erkannt. But then there's the preteritum is erkannte. Yeah, ich erkannte ihn. I recognized you. Then another way of expressing that something is made out of something. If you want to say my ring is made out of gold, in German we just say aus. Okay, so you want to say the table is made out of wood because der Tisch ist aus Holzen. Okay, der is it wood is das Holz, oder? Yeah, that's Holz singular. Plural is the Holzen. So this is das Holz. Wood is this feminine or but if when you say something is made out of some, maybe my ring is made out of gold, but the ring is aus gold. Okay, aus gold. The TV is made out of plastic. The Fernseher is aus Plastik. Okay, something is made out of metal. My iPhone 7 is made out of metal. My iPhone 7 is aus Metall. Klar? Yeah. Then yeah, I think I explained this before. So Nebensatz using the connector conjunction wenn. Okay, when means if or when in English. Okay, but it's different from the Wann. Wann is it's still when, but then Wann is for asking time. You want to know something like when something is taking place, then it's Wann. But then we're just talking when he is here, I will eat with him. If he travels, so and so. When the normal when, like giving conditional sentence, we use when. Okay, and when always builds a Nebensatz because it's a conditional clause. It always builds a subordinate clause. So when you use when, the rule states that the verb will go towards the end of the sentence. Clear? So the usage is different. Like it depends on if you're starting the sentence with the main clause, then your main clause will start with what? The verb sorry, the subject, the verb, then the others will follow. Object and the others will follow. Then your when will follow as the what Nebensatz. But when you start the sentence with the Nebensatz, then the two verbs from each sentence have to kiss each other. The verb kiss. So here, ich möchte ans Meer fahren. I would like to drive to the sea wenn es sehr heiß ist. When it is hot. Okay, when it is hot. But when we turn it around, this time around, we are start here is the main sentence, the main clause, and the Nebensatz or the subordinate clause with when. But when you start the sentence with the subordinate clause, which is with when, then the rule stays the same. The verb goes to the end of the sentence with the Nebensatz, but with the main clause this time around, the verb has to start what? The main clause. So the two verbs have to kiss each other. Okay, the two verbs from each sentence will kiss each other when you start the sentence with the neben clause. So wenn sehr heiß ist, möchte ich ans Meer fahren. Klar? When I see him, I will talk with him. Okay, who would like to try that one? Very simple way. When I see him, I will talk with him. Or when I see him.
Wenn ich ihn sehe, rede ich mit ihm.
Wenn ich ihn
sehe, rede ich
okay. Rede ich
mit ihm.
With him, einfach so. Okay, so this sentence, we started the sentence with the Nebensatz. Okay, yeah, Nebensatz, then the main clause followed. Okay, so the two verbs will kiss each other when we start the sentence with what? Nebensatz. Klar. When you start the sentence with the main clause, the sentence with the main clause, then you stick to what the normal sentence order. Okay, so this normal sentence order with the main clause will be what? Ich rede mit ihm,
wenn ich ihn sehe.
wenn ich ihn sehe. Okay, klar. Okay. So he said, ich gehe in die Stadt mit dem Regenschirm. Wenn der Nachbar sein Auto fährt, regnet es immer. So it's a joke. Who understands this joke? There's a joke here. Vague.
Yeah, we all understand.
Yeah, so talk for yourself, I beg. Who are you? Me, I don't understand.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. It is sunny, okay? It is sonnish, okay? Then the woman is carrying an umbrella, okay? And she's saying, ich gehe in die Stadt. And the man asks, mit dem Regenschirm, because it's their Schirm. Their Schirm is the screen, okay? Their screen, then combined with raining screen, okay? Der Regenschirm. So du gehst in die Stadt mit dem Regenschirm. And she was like, yeah. Whenever the neighbor washes his car, it rains. That means this man is not fond of washing his car always. It's mid deep and washes. So immediately whenever he washes his car, it rains. Klar? Yeah. I know. So tomorrow we start chapter 13 and we'll end chapter 30 before Saturday, Sunday, I'll be home. Monday, Tuesday, I'll be home. But Monday, Tuesday. And but then, like I said, we'll be moving learning fast, quick. We have to complete A2 before next month, okay? So yeah, so reading materials you can grab from this. So we feel urlaub. So we talked about urlaub, okay, because we are talking about weather, and here the weather is very important. So whenever you are planning your vacation, on if you don't plan well, you don't do too much research into the weather, your vacation will be ruined, especially if you want to spend your vacation here. Okay, yeah, because it is winter. Okay, it is winter now, and normally it should be cold, but then it's 7, and I think 7:10, and next week is to even get warmer, or no? Okay, yeah, it will be colder, but then they were expecting the negatives, but then it's haven't gone into the negative. I think it went into the negatives I think 2 weeks ago, but then since then, yeah. So like you have to plan your vacation well and know about the weather. It's very important. I thought the language was going to be the most important thing here, Charlie. Everyone, like every moment in time, they are talking about the weather because the weather is shifty. Okay, yeah, you can't actually plan. You can hardly know what will happen. Okay, so weather is very important in Germany. Klar. All right, so we talk about vacation. So you're asking how wie viel Urlaub or wie viel Ferien. So Ferien is Tausch, is always Tausch with Urlaub. The Urlaub is the vacation. Okay, the Urlaub is masculine. Then the Ferien is the holidays. It's plural, the Ferien. Okay, so wie viel Urlaub or Ferien hast du? How many vacations or holidays do you have? Klar? Yeah, we can ask someone, how many vacations do you have in a year? How many vacations do you have? So in Deutschland, I think the average is 28, no, 30 days. Yeah, it's 30 days. Yeah, 30 days averagely. 30 days. If you're working full time, then it's 30 days. Okay. So man darf 30 Tage Urlaub im Jahr haben. Okay, one's allowed to have 30 days of vacation im Jahr, in dem Jahr ist Dative. Ja, klar, so im Jahr. Dann ich mache immer, maybe im Urlaub, ich mache maybe Kuchen im Urlaub, whatever the new activity, you can just use it, okay? Maybe ich backe immer im Urlaub, ich backe mit meine Mutter, ich egal. So ich habe fun. Yeah, ich habe fun, but it depends on how you want to use it. If you're saying if you're talking about months, then it shall be fun because month is dear monat and it's dear Januar, dear February, so it shall be fun Januar bis März Urlaub. That's why it's not fun like maybe the party is fun 10 Uhr, but it's fun here because we're talking about months. Okay, because it's fun them January, fun them February, fun them. Do you get it? Yeah. So be mindful of that. It's not fun like time. Okay, it's fun based. When talking about month, it's form. Use form. Okay, because it's funding. Do you get it? Science here. Okay, so if you're marking right, I'm liebsten most I prefer most to take my vacation in summer. Am liebsten nehme ich meinen Urlaub im Sommer. Oder am liebsten mache ich Urlaub im Sommer. Most preferably, I like to take my vacation in what summer or in winter when it's cold east. Okay. Like if one want to take a vacation in winter, then yeah, so was machst du? You can take screenshots of these, okay? Yeah. So this part was about vacation. Then here, gemeinsame Aktivitäten planen. I said this part is very important for your B1 exams. You should be able to plan something with what your friends. Okay, I think Carl's right with Goethe, and B2 exams by Talk. You use summary planning to plan something with someone, and that's why this chapter we learned about Wenn. So you can, when you are planning something with someone, you can use conditional sentences. Okay, so when the boss come, we can all talk to him. So we can construct plenty example sentences with what? Then conditional sentence. Then the. Okay. Then you can also be polite by using the conjugative. Can we, instead of saying können wir, you can say könnten wir, so and so machen. Okay, polite. You use politeness, use könnten, möchten, durften, so and so for being polite. You use the conjugative with the modal verbs. Okay, which when you're planning something with you can't just say can we do this? Can we with the bus? Can we travel with the bus? We say could we be polite? Okay, planning something the exams, but I'm talking about the exams. With the exams, you have to use polite. You have to use the conjugative form of what? The modal verbs to form your sentences. Okay. Because when you say can we do this, in German it's perceived as like you are being authoritative, but use the could. Okay, in English we learned it, but we don't use it. We always use can. Can I go? Could I go? Be polite, okay? Yeah. Okay, so yeah. Then sagen. Sagen was tut. So okay, that was your homework yesterday, but no one has sent me the homework. No one has done it. Well, this is Karen asked why, but she's not done. Yeah, so to say something bothers you, stirring means to bother or to disturb. So we're going to say it bothers me when, yeah. So it bothers me when I'm learning and someone makes noise. So you can say es stört mich, wenn ich lerne und jemand Geräusch macht. Okay, Geräusch. Das Geräusch means the noise. Okay, so you can build plenty examples with that. Es stört mich, it bothers me, but then you have to add your conditional sentence with Wenn. It bothers me when, maybe when, so and so. It bothers me when, from this way, here, this was your homework. Yeah, so es stört mich, wenn jemand immer zu spät kommt. Okay, it bothers me when someone comes late or when I come late, or it bothers me when someone wenn jemand telefoniert, wenn jemand beim Essen telefoniert, okay, when someone makes phone calls during what? Essen, dinner, yeah. So es stört mich when no one listens to me. Okay, yeah. So you can build plenty of examples. If you can take a screenshot of this right now here, then make plenty examples from that. Then use your conditional sentence Wenn. So yeah, if you have done that, then I'm moving on. Okay, here, plenty examples. Ja, das war's. Okay, dann über das Wetter sprechen. Wo ist es in Ihrem Heimatland am kältesten? Ja, überall in Afrika ist es immer sonnig. Yeah, do you know that there's a country in Africa? Yeah, there's a country in Africa where it's always snowing. Who knows? There's a country in Africa and it always snows there. Because it moment thumbs up. Which country? You don't know. You live in Africa and you don't know. Like when I'm moment to go for anything like Africa, we don't have snow. Right now, I think it's probably even snow in there. Oh, be any.
in Africa and Bensa and baby for
That is in Africa. It's in Africa.
Africa North, and I said,
South.
so to boy.
Sorry, bro. There. I think it's Lesotho. Hold on. Yeah, Lesotho. Yeah. So let me show you. Let me see. Oh, I don't want to see stuff. Lesotho is always snowing in Lesotho. Lesotho is mini Europe. Trying to get you, let me see. It will be premium nice, by so right now I see ads. Okay, so Lesotho, yeah, Lesotho slow. I think what the Maya was there recently. Oh yeah, what have I done? Do you see my screen?
We saw it.
Yeah, on yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Uh, I've lost my membership. YouTube membership. Yeah. Yeah. So this is Lesotho. So this is Africa, and Lesotho lies in the center of South Africa. Okay, so I serve. Hence, if, when you are asked, does it snow in Africa? Say yes, it snows in Africa. Lesotho, they are like closer to the mountain. Like Lesotho is on the mountain. Okay, so the center of South Africa, but only different from South Africa. But over the map, Lesotho lies in the center of South Africa, but then they are on the mountain, on Matio. Klar? Yeah. So it's always snowing over there. Yeah. Okay, so that's fast. Any question? So hopefully tomorrow we will continue. Fast forwarders do yet again, Markham. So please, you have to revisit your conjunctive, which it means this part because we'll be using the würden, okay, the conjunctive form of werden, which is würden. What would you like to do? Okay, would, okay, yeah. It means this, but we are going to talk about this chapter. We'll be talking about activities, okay, more activities. Yeah, you can see your head, your very. So basically, I've already taught the conjunctive into details, okay. But please, I will still give more explanation, okay, on that part. Michelle will try to revisit your conjunctive lesson so that even when I give, like, I still make sure you're able to grab things faster, okay. Klar? Okay,
Yeah.
so wir treffen uns wieder morgen, ja? Was ist das? Okay, dann bis morgen, ja. Tschüss.